the total sales and the total cost. I wouldn't want to use this pivot table to create the chart, so I'll just bring all the information out in another table. And I always love to, I always love to use different, because most times when we read all these stuffs and we don't use them, we tend to forget them quite easily. So just as a sort of reminder, so I always try to combine those formula, each time I have the opportunity to do so. Now, I want to bring the, what am I doing? Okay, my system is a bit slow. Please bear with me here. I think I clicked on something and it's trying to process it. Oh, January, and dragging it down. I always love to mix it up, so I can just use it like a VLOOKUP to bring the month, So we want to bring January. We want to bring all the months to this column. So the lookup value is January here. Then the table array, I'm looking at the entire table. So I can just select like this. Then I can lock the table as well. So when I press S4, that locks the table. Then the column index means, okay, I'm looking for what I'm looking for, January, is in which column. So here it's in the first column. So the column index is 1 here. Then range lookup, if it's true value or it's false, if it's approximate or exact. Most times for approximate is 0. If it's exact is 0, approximate is 1. So when I just close this, so it brings January. So I can just drag down to get all the months. So I can just label this month. I need the sales value. So I can use the same method. So instead of typing VLOOKUP all over again, I can just come here and copy the formula, copy it, then escape it, then bring it here. Now I have January here again because I just copied the formula, but what I need is sales value here. Now, sales value is, if interpreting this formula again, sales value is in the second column here. This formula, this one here shows the number of column, and I want to bring into that column. So I'm bringing, since sales value is on the second column, so I just easily change this to 2 here. So it gives me the sales value. I can just, I get the value, so it just copies all the values underneath for that column. So I can do, for the third one, I need the profit now. For the third column, I need the profit. And I don't have profit here. So for me, profit is sales minus cost. So I can just impute, the formula here to get that. So our sales value is this. So I can copy this formula. Since that's our sales value, Control V, bring it here, sorry, I did Control, yeah? No, I think I did Control V. Let me change this to 2. Okay. Oh, wrong place. Sorry, I put it in the wrong row. Should be in this row. Control V. Now, these are sales value. Now, minus, I'm taking, this is the sales value now. I'm taking out the cost, what's it called? Cost value to get the profit. So, and for cost, I can use the same formula. If I do control, sorry,
Mr. Ide, before you proceed,
okay.
under sales, we have
Okay.
January. The formula has changed.
Okay, ma.
The next row after sales.
Okay,
Yeah.
after sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to.
Okay. Okay, that's
Then
true.
yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, ma.
You are welcome, sir.
It should be 2 here. The second.
Yeah. So that one should. That's right.
Okay.
Then we can now continue the way you are.
All right. Thank you very much, ma. So for this, I hope what I'm doing is clear. Hello.
It is. You are trying not to bring total cost in. Just
Exactly.
work the profit out straight away, which is sales minus cost.
So I can just do this. I can do equals to make it a bit, what's it called, clear. I can just do this minus whatever is here, to give me profit. So there are different ways of doing that. Most times, like I said, I just like to play around with different methods, because that's the only way I can remember whatever I have read somewhere. So I just bring this down to have our cost, our profit rather. So we have, so this is our sales, this is our profit, which is sales minus total cost. Now, our profit percentage now, is because I checked this video from the value they got. I think they used profit over cost. They use the profit over cost to get. I'm getting net negative here for profit. That's strange. This minus this. Let's see what is happening. I think it should not give me negative value. This is profit minus this. Okay, in that case, let me use no, sorry. What's the sorry, I have to do this formula again. Sorry. This minus, let me use the column the cell name minus Q10. Why? Oh, Q11. Q11. Thank you. Okay. Oh, good now. So, I think why that one didn't work, I think it's doing referencing. It's just like we had these issues when we normally try to copy values from from pivot table to a normal sheet, and we just drag down. It tends to repeat. There's this, it tends to repeat the values at times. So most times I think it uses relative reference, something. But just to make it easier, so I've just quoted the cell name. So I think that has given us the result we actually want. Then the profit percentage, we choose it's profit over cost in this case. So
sorry, it should be profit over sales, not over cost.
Okay, because profit margin and profit percent. I'm trying to see.
They are the same, aren't they?
I think Sister Debbie is correct.
It should be out of all the money that came in, which part is our profit?
Which part is the profit? Yes, I was assuming it should be so, but I got a bit confused when I checked the video and I saw the value they got.
It could be a mistake.
It could be a mistake. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was thinking, could it be profit over cost? Okay. If that's the case, profit over sales should give us the profit margin. Okay, so we have our profit margin now. So we can just go ahead and use this to create our chart. That's what we are trying to do yesterday, you know. So now we've pulled all the values out to another table. So we can select these 3 columns. Can use these 3 columns to make our charts. So from here we go to insert. We want to use the, what's it called now? These are clustered column chart. We're using cluster column chart. So here we have it. Let me take it out of the way. Okay. So let me remove the grid lines. We don't need it. Would it be need? Okay, we can take out the legend if you want, but let's leave that for now. Then we can, the chart title, I can take that out. Wouldn't be needing it. Okay. Let's try and format our what's it called? The column itself. Just double click on it. It takes us to the format data series panel. Then we want to align the two, we want the 2 columns to overlap, you know, completely. So we change this one to 100% to make them overlap. Then we want to increase the gap width of the columns it has now formed a single column. So we want to increase it. So by reducing the percentage, increases it. So we have a wider column that are overlapped now. We have the 2 columns overlapping now. So we now want to bring the what's it called? We want to bring the profit margin as data labels. Let's click on the columns again. Let's add this. Let's add the data label first. Let's put it inside end. Okay. We can actually click on the data label again to edit it. Now we don't need the value. Now we want to use the the profit margin as our data label. So we are taking the value from cells in the sheet. We just click on value from cells. We need our data range. Okay. Okay, hold on. These are data range. Okay, and that brings it here. We can bring it down, take it to the middle. Let me see inside base. Inside base may not. Center, good. Center should work. Now, can change the color to white and make it bold. So this is actually what we were trying to do yesterday. So we have our total, these are the profit here underneath the column is at the base. So we can easily read the value. Like for January, we can see that the profit is 7,000 while the sales value is 41,000. So we can see the profit here 7,000 and the sales value 41,000, and for each month we can see the profit margin value as well. So that looks similar to what we have here, so which we can take to our dashboard when it's created. And I think I can see, oh, this here looks like check. Okay, I think what this is meant for, like, I think these are check boxes. Here, if you want to just see the profit alone, you can uncheck profit margin, and I think this should be sales value. You can uncheck this and leave this checked, and you see the profit
Sorry,
values.
we are not seeing the check boxes you are showing. We are seeing the pivot
Oh, you're
table.
not seeing
Let's have
it?
the charts, but we
Oh.
don't. Yeah.
Oh, let me start sharing and share again. Thoughts? Okay, I didn't know. Okay, can you see the dashboard now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yes. I was referring to this dashboard. Just on top of this column chart, I can see some check boxes here. There are 3 check boxes here. So I'm just trying to explain what I think they are meant for. Or if you want to see the value for if you want to see the profit values alone, so we'll leave the profit box checked while on checking the other 2 boxes. So we can do that for whichever value we want to do. And I think we can actually implement that here as well, since we are trying to copy what is being done here. Now, let me try and, okay, let's see. We to get to the check boxes are in the developer tab. If you don't have developer tab here on your system, all you can do is you can just right click here, go to custom ribbon, then most definitely your developer box here is unchecked. So just, check it and you have your developer tab appearing up here. So this is developer tab. Let's insert the checkbox is a form control tool. So we just click on it and let's get one here. Can just put one here. Can actually remove there's a check. You can delete whatever. There's something here. Okay. Okay, good. Let me try and just try to figure it out over again. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Let's format. Let's use format control. Yeah, since we are going to be taking this out of this sheet, the checkbox, to another sheet entirely. So to permanently reference this sheet, I would like to, sorry, hold on. Let me take, this thing is blocking my view. Let me take this out. Okay. Let me do that again. I'll just right click, you right click and go to format control. Then I want to permanently, what I want to do is, okay, let me explain what I want to do. I want to use, I just want to link that box to a cell, to cells on top of these columns. I want to link, I'll be bringing out 3 boxes, 3 check boxes, because there are 3 check boxes in the visual. So I will be linking the first checkbox to this sales column, the second checkbox to this column, and the third one to this column. So that's what I intend to do. Okay, let me just put the checkbox. I think it's too far where it is. Let me put it here. Let me bring in another checkbox. Let me put it here. Good. So I'll just right click it, format control. I want to link it to here. If I just link it to this place, if I just click on, if I say insert and I choose this cell, I see that it has only locked cell T9. But if we take this checkbox out of this sheet and use it in another sheet, it will be referencing cell T9 in that new sheet. It will reference cell T9 from the source sheet, which is this sheet. So the best thing is to do is to reference sheet 2. Let me just go away and go back. So it has referenced sheet 2 now. I can pick T9. So what I did was I can type sheet 2 exclamation, but I can just leave the sheet, go to another sheet and go back to it. It will pick sheet 2, by itself. Then I can now click on the cell. So to have that cell referenced with the sheet name, then I can okay it. So you leave this unchecked. I can okay it. Oh, is that clear? Hello? Hello?
Please explain it one more time, sir.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Let me, because I've checked this, it's showing true here now. If I uncheck it, it will show false. Now, what I did is this. I'm trying to link this box to this column, to this column. Let me delete it and go over again.
Yes, sir. I was going to say, can you start
Yes.
over again? Sorry.
Now, I'm trying to link, I've brought this here now. Okay. Now, I'm trying to link this checkbox to this column here. So I'm trying to use this cell in this column, the cell above this sales.
Sorry, sir. How did you get the checkbox?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
How did you get the checkbox, sir?
Okay. How I got it is this. Let me delete it again. Oh, sorry. Man, come on. Just right click, then delete. Now, it's from the developer tab. There's a tab here on top here. And like I said earlier, if you don't have the developer tab here, you can just click on any tab here, or click on the empty ribbon here. Go to custom ribbon. Just check this main tab. I'm sure this place is most likely unchecked, on your Excel. Just check it and you have the developer tab appearing up there. So once you have it, just click on this developer tab, come to insert. Then there are so many tools here. One of them is the checkbox. So just click on the checkbox. Once you click on it, I selected it, then drop it here. It's like it's like us, you normally use text boxes. We click on the text box and we use it to form a shape, in the sheet. That's the same method. You click on the checkbox and you use it to form a shape. You can make it bigger, but you don't need more than this size. So once you've done that, now I want to link this checkbox to this column here, because if you look at this diagram here, there are 3 checkboxes. Because there are 3 measures there. We have the sales, the profit, and the profit margin. So that's why there are 3 checkboxes in that visual. Now, each visual has its own checkbox. Now, I can choose any cell here. Any cell. I can choose any cell. It doesn't have to be the cell on top of this sales cell. But just for ease, I'm choosing what's it called? A cell that is very proximal to it. So that's why I'm configuring this cell as the cell I'm linking to this checkbox. I'm linking this check cell to this checkbox. So I have to configure this cell to relate with this checkbox. So, and the rates, okay, my system has, okay, I think it's trying to, I think I've pressed something too quickly. No, okay, let me see if it's back. It's not back yet. Sorry, I just have to give you like a second or two for you to I think I have loads on it, so I need to give it a bit of time. So like I was saying, we can just choose any cell, we can choose any cell to use. I think, okay, I'm back now. So now I want to use this cell here now. I want to link it to this checkbox. Now, if I just, the only way I can link it is to configure this checkbox to relate with that cell. And all you need to do is to right click this checkbox, go to format control, then under control, you leave it unchecked. Then cell link, you want to link a cell to the checkbox. Now, like I was explaining something, if I just come here and link this cell like this, T9, and I said, okay, and I said, okay, now I have cell T9 linked. Fine, if I click on check, it will show true here. If I uncheck it, it will show false. Because that it is talking to that cell now at the moment, because I've already linked it. But the problem with this is that now, if I copy this checkbox now, if I copy this checkbox, copy, and go to, let me say I come here and I want to use it here. This is the checkbox now. Now, if I click this checkbox here, can you see now I've unchecked it here now? Let's go back to check 2. It's still showing true here. It's not working. Because in this new cell, if I now it's meant to show false because I've unchecked it, but it's showing true because here it is in a new cell entirely, and it's going to relate with cell T9 because if you check the configuration of this format control, it's saying T9. T or T9. So it's talking to cell T9 in this worksheet, not in this worksheet. Do you understand that? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So it's talking to it. So that's why while configuring this checkbox, I have to reference the worksheet name so that wherever it goes, it will always refer back to the source worksheet. So how is that achieved? Now, I can just come here and type the sheet name is sheet 2. I can just come here and type okay, I can't do that. I think I have to come, okay, type sheet 2, exclamation, then choose the cell name. Then enter it. Now, what's it called? The configuration in this box now is sheet 2 T9. Now, let me copy this cell box now, this checkbox to another. Now, you know it's on true now. Now, let me copy this checkbox to another worksheet and try and manipulate this cell from there and see if it will talk to the cell. Now, I'm copying it, copy, Ctrl V. Now, this is the checkbox now. Now, remember that here, it is showing true here. Now, let me uncheck it. It should show false here now. You can see it's false here. That means it's talking to it. And the reason why we have to do that is that since we are going to take this checkbox to our dashboard, and our dashboard is an entirely different worksheet. So for you to be able to reference this data here, we have to reference the worksheet where the checkbox is created. Is that clear? Yep.
It is, yes.
Okay, ma'am. So, so we'll be able to configure that now. So let's do that for the other 2 checkboxes. I can actually just do copy, Ctrl V, sorry, Ctrl V, then another Ctrl V to have 3 checkboxes rather than going back to developer to bring a new checkbox. Sorry, I'm trying to drag it. It can be so. Okay, now we have the 3 checkboxes now. Now remember that this is configured for this. Now let's configure this one for this profit column. Now, all I just need to do is to change I'm using U9. All I need is just to change this to U. I just need to change this to U. Okay, let me just select it. U9 is referencing the sheet name and the cell name. Let's unchecked. Let's leave it unchecked. Now let's test it. You can see it's responding to it now. Then for the third one, let me link it to V now. It's going to be unchecked. You can just remove the cell name and select V. Enter, then OK. Now, you can see that it's talking to this cell now. It's working. This is working. And that's working. So we have our three cells now. Our 3 checkboxes working. Now it's just, these two are just communicating now. The checkbox and the cell is not communicating with our data yet. So we need to make it communicate with our data. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So now to make it communicate with our data here, now for this one, we can use the if condition, for this one now. So let's see. We can say if this value is true, then if this value is true, if the value in cell T9 is true, then display this value. But if it is not true, then don't display anything. Let's see how to do that. We can say if this value here, this cell is true, what should it do? Display this value. But if it is not true, if it's not, just say it's not available, then we can close it. Sorry, I'll go back to the formula now. I have to lock that cell. I have to lock this cell, this T9 cell, because it's not going to, it must not change. This T9 you can just press F4 to lock the T9 cell. I will explain it again. So fine. So let's uncheck it now. Good. Let me leave. So now what I've done here is this. I've said that if this value in truth is in T9, if the value here in this cell, if it is true, if it is showing true, like it is showing true here, then apply this formula. VLOOKUP, the formula in this cell here. This value should show. And the reason why I have to lock this cell is that if I don't lock this cell, if you want to use this next cell, it will go to T9. It's going to be saying if T9 is true. Sorry, if T10 is true instead of T9. So to make sure that it's saying that if T9 is true at every point in time, we have to lock the cell T9. So when it comes here, it will say if T9 is true, then use the formula here. But if T9 is showing false, show us that it is not available. Is that clear at all?
It is.
Okay. So we can implement that here as well. We can say if is V9 now, is U now, we are saying if U9, we can lock it by just pressing F4. If V9, sorry, if Let me just speak it. Okay, now let me go back to it. It won't lock except if V9 is true.
V9 or U9.
Sorry? Okay, if V9 is true, do this, but if it is not true, show that it is not
U9 or
available.
U9?
Because, sorry?
It's U9, I think.
Is U9, sorry, is U9. If U9 is true, then use that formula. But if it is not true, show that it's not available, because we don't want to put any message there. Just show that it is not available. Then we'll close, because we are using two formulas. So we have to close it again. Okay. I think there's a problem here. Let's see. Okay, fine. It was showing 4 because it was on false. There's no problem here at the end of the day. So that means, so if it's showing true now, it's using the formula. But once it's unchecked, it's showing false. It's showing that it is not available. So we can, sorry, I'm so sorry, we are out of time. So let me just finish this last part, then we can probably stop. Then for the last one, we should say if this value, if V9, if V9, I'm trying to lock it. Okay, if V9 is true, use that formula. But if it's not true, it will be showing not available on the column. It might not really look nice if it's showing not NA. I mean, okay, let me explain what I mean here. Let me explain what I mean. Now, if it is false, it will be showing, okay, I've not copied the formula down. I have to copy the formula down. So it will affect it now. It's true now, it's showing it. If it is false, it's not showing it. Now, you can see that if it is going to be false, because we are going to, all these things will still be showing on our visual here, on the column chart. That means if it is false, it will be showing NA here. And we might not really want to be showing. So it's better if, instead of you might leave it that way, or you might want it not to show anything. You might say, okay, if it is false, instead of it showing NA values here, if you don't want it to show anything, it depends on what you want. So you can just say, okay, if it is false, sorry, my system is, I think it has frozen again. Just should be back in a few seconds. Sorry, I've spent quite a lot of time explaining this. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We're enjoying it.
Okay. Okay, it's back. So we can say if you don't want to be showing not available, you can actually come here and say, okay, don't show anything. This means don't show anything. So if it is unchecked there, it will be blank. That means don't show anything, So you can see that it's already taking effect in the chart, it's in the column chart now. Okay, it's not showing anything if it is blank. So it depends on what design we want. So I think I can stop here today. Oh, thank you. I don't know if anyone has